All right, guys. Tonight we're going to talk about spinnerbaits, Spinnerbaits 101. We've had a lot of people send in questions and message us about, hey, I'm not sure what kind of blades to throw, I'm not sure about colors, and I'm not sure about when to throw them or where to throw them. So we're going to try to break it down in about 5 to 7 minutes. Spinnerbaits 101, Spinnerbaits for Dummies. Here we go. For those of you that fish a lot of clear water, I'd say clear water is anywhere 3-foot visibility and higher. That's considered clear. You're going to want a blade combination called a double willow leaf. All a double willow leaf is it's got 2 blades that look like willow leaves. They're long blades. They put out a ton of flash. They don't put out much vibration, and their job is to resemble shad or minnows. If you fish that clear water, you're going for a natural presentation. There's nothing more natural, in my opinion, than something that's going to resemble a shad, and when the bass get a good look at it, this to them is going to look more like a shad than anything else. So again, if you're fishing a lot of clear water, 3-foot visibility and higher, double willow leaf spinnerbait. So in clear water, we're going to look for 2 colors. We're going to look for a translucent color, something when that light hits it, it kind of passes through and it's just more of a reflection than it is an actual solid color, or we're going to throw a white color. All this skirt is designed to do is just give them something to hone in on when they bite. You'll have times where they're going to hit your blades, but 90% of the time they're going to hit the hook, just because they're going to hone in on the skirt. For those people that fish water that's 3 foot and less visibility, not dirt, not muddy water, but dirty water, stained water, you're going to want what they call a willow leaf Colorado combination. And all that is you've got your willow leaf just like before, but you also have what they call a Colorado blade. This Colorado blade is designed to make noise. It's designed to thump. It's designed to attract bass using their lateral line. If a bass can't see something, but it can feel it on its lateral line, it's going to give you a reaction strike. So if you're fishing stained water, you're still going to have the flash of the willow leaf, but you're going to have the noise and the disturbance in the water from the Colorado blade. Stained water, there's really only 2 colors you need. You need white, again, to look like a shad, and then you need something like a white and a chartreuse. And all that chartreuse is designed to do is just give it a little bit more life, a little bit more visibility. So same thing, you've got your Colorado, you've got your willow leaf blade, and then you've got a chartreuse and white skirt. If you fish like Peyton and I like to fish, and we like to fish dirty water, we feel, the dirtier the water, the shallower the fish get, they're a lot easier to pinpoint. That's when you're going to go to what they call a double Colorado spinnerbait. All a double Colorado spinnerbait is 2 Colorado blades. This is going to give you the absolute most sound and the absolute most disturbance in the water. So when those fish are in that dirty water and they can't see very well, but they can feel with their lateral line, this is what they're going to feel. They're going to feel that spinnerbait thump, 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 thump in the water, coming right by them, right above them, right below them, and that's going to cause a reaction strike. As far as colors go in dirty water, there's a lot of different options, but if I'm going to narrow it down and just make it simple, same thing. You want white spinnerbait because they will see a little bit, and that white is going to look, like I said, like a shad. Or you're going to want to go with like a chartreuse and white spinnerbait. Same thing, your double Colorado, but you've got that chartreuse for color. Now, as far as when to throw a spinnerbait, what's the best time? When's the right water temperature? In my opinion, in our opinion, the best time to throw a spinnerbait is when that water hits about 52, 55 degrees. That 52 to 55, low to mid 50s, those bass will start getting shallower. And what they're going to do is when they start moving back, they're going to stop on places like secondary points or, isolated brush or isolated brush piles or isolated stick-ups. So when they start moving up and you can pinpoint where they're going to be, if you're running down a bank or you're fishing a pond and it's got 1 stump here and it's got 1 stump here or it's got 1 single tree, that's when that spinnerbait's really, really good because the water is warm enough to where they're going to bite, they're a little bit hungrier, they're going to react, and at the same time, that spinnerbait's going to imitate either a crawfish to them or a shad. So just a few questions that we've been asked, or the most, I guess the question we've been asked the most is, what color do I pick for the weather? If it's cloudy outside and I'm fishing clear water, what color do I pick? Or if it's sunny out and I'm fishing dirty water, what color do I pick? So we're going to try to break this down as simple as we can. If you're fishing clear water and that sun's out, that light penetration is going to make everything more visible. If that water's 3-foot visibility normally and that sun's beating down, it's probably going to be 4 or 5-foot visibility. So you're going to want to throw something translucent. Like I said before, that translucent color is more of a reflection. It just gives them something to hone in on. Let your blades do the work. Let the skirt be the thing that the bass key in on when they go to bite. Now, if it's cloudy outside, that light penetration is not as deep into the water, which means there's not as much reflection. They're not going to get as good of a look at it. That's when I just go to a white. You can go to white with a little bit of sparkle or silver if you want to, but if you just throw plain white, again, that's going to give them something to hone in on. You're not going so much for, hey, they need to see it, as much as, hey, when they get close to my spinnerbait, they got to know where that hook's at, and that's what that blade's designed for. Now, when you fish dirty water, you know, it's about the opposite. When it's cloudy out, you want to throw white. And the reason you do that is that white kind of gives off a shadow, like a white, kind of a white shadow. It kind of glows in the water. And for some reason, between the cloud cover and the way that dirty water is, the way that white spinnerbait glows in dirty water, it just seems to really irritate the bass. You seem to get a lot more strikes when it's cloudy. So anytime it's cloudy out, and I know I'm fishing low visibility water, I'm fishing really shallow, I'm not going to pick up anything but a white spinnerbait. When that sun's out and they got a little bit more visibility, like I said, it's the opposite in dirty water. You go to a chartreuse and white. So what I do is I try to remember in my head, if it's cloudy, if the sky's white, I throw a white spinnerbait. If the sun's out and it's bright yellow, I'm throwing a chartreuse and white spinnerbait. I can't tell you the exact reason why or the exact science behind why it works, but in my opinion, I've had so many more bites in cloudy conditions in dirty water on a white spinnerbait, and in sunny conditions, I've had so many more bites on a chartreuse and white spinnerbait. Guys, I appreciate you checking us out. Hopefully the information I gave you tonight will really benefit you. Again, now is the time to start picking up spinnerbaits. If you're planning on going fishing here sometime soon, you know, and you're getting your rods and your line and your lures ready, you know, have a rod designated for a spinnerbait. And when you know where you're going and what the water's like, you know, pick a spinnerbait out, use the tips and techniques that we gave you tonight. For you guys that want to follow more and learn more about bass fishing, we do this every Wednesday night. You can subscribe on our YouTube channel, That's a Good Fish. You can check out our website, that'sagoodfish.com, at That's a Good Fish on Instagram, or facebook.com/that'sagoodfish. You can also follow myself, Austin Morris Fishing, or you can follow Peyton at Peyton Bennett Fishing on Instagram, and we're going to share everything with That's a Good Fish. So we appreciate you tuning in. Tune in next Wednesday. We're not sure what we're going to talk about, but it's going to be very good.